So we are here today at Fort Collins City Park with Jazzercise, who hosted an event for Scleroderma this year, Jazzercise in the Park. And Jazzercise got involved with Scleroderma all because of Montera, who's been a Jazzerciser for a number of years. And you've had Scleroderma for a very long time. I've known you at least 10 years, so tell us a little bit about when you were first diagnosed.
I've had scleroderma for about 55 years. I was first diagnosed in my early 20s. I was diagnosed with about 15 different things before they finally decided it was scleroderma. For many years it was a part of me, but it didn't rule me. And so I led a pretty normal life for most of my life, which I feel very fortunate about.
And you were diagnosed shortly after the two of you were married. So what was it like learning about scleroderma at that point for you, Phil?
Well, again, we both have gone through the journey in terms of the medical community not knowing what it is. And so it took approximately about 10 years for someone to really say it's scleroderma. They basically thought it was something else, and then it was something else, and because it was something else, she had to be treated. So for the first 10 years, it was pretty tough. But at the same point in time, as Ann said, we had our first child. That someone says we could not have a child. We had our first child. We adopted our second child from Korea. We basically tried to live as normal life as possible, recognizing there were limitations, that we weren't sure what were going to happen in the future, but we said we're going to do what we can now.
And today you've got, you're here today, so that's good, but you've had some vascular damage going on in your legs, which they thought probably wasn't scleroderma, but realized this disease impacts everybody differently.
Yes, I've had a lot of problems with my feet and my legs for probably the last 5 years. I ended up with 5 stress fractures in 2 feet, and kind of went from there and saw a number of podiatrists to help me, and no one seemed to until I met one who said, well, your problem is you're getting no blood down into your feet. And so he sent me to a gentleman who does angioplasty, which is opening up the arteries and veins, and they did an ultrasound, and I had very little blood running through either artery in both legs. So recently I've had angiogram, angioplasty, vascular surgery on my left leg, and I'm going to have this, I will just have vascular surgery on my right leg probably in the next 2 weeks. See if we can get that one going too.
We hope those go well for you.
Thank you.
So how has the Scleroderma Foundation helped you? I know the 10 years I've known you, I've gotten calls from you sometimes looking for new doctors.
I do.
Have you given you referrals?
Yes. I've seen many doctors in my life, and some referrals are good, some referrals are not good. I kind of gotten to the point where I don't believe everything they tell me, so I have to search out and find the doctors who I think are really helpful and who are really knowledgeable about the scleroderma, and kind of go with them and let them guide me to where I need to go and who I need to see. So right now I'm doing pretty well with the doctors I have. I'm pleased with it.
So you've known about scleroderma for more than 50 years. I've been involved learned about it about 35 years ago when my mother was diagnosed. We've seen a lot of research over that time, but there's still a long way to go to find a cure for scleroderma. So what do you want to tell people out there?
Just become aware of the scleroderma. It's been such a non-existent disease for so many people for so many years that people need to realize that it's a devastating disease, and we need help raising funds for research, see if we can find a cure for this debilitating disease and make people's life just a little bit easier here.
And Ann and I have made the decision, especially Ann, that as part of our wills and so on and so forth, we basically have designated monies that are going to go to Scleroderma Foundation for research, because it's a way that we can give back, like we're doing today. It's sharing knowledge and experience. Hopefully it's going to help somebody out there that has just been diagnosed or a little bit concerned, that we're a phone call away. And if you want to know how to donate money to an estate and so on and so forth, I'm certainly available to help.
Thank you, Phil and Ann, so much for that. We appreciate your support in your wills and also all the support you've given us over the years at this event and through Jazzercise.
Jazzercise I've been with for over 35 years. I was very dedicated because I knew the more I kept myself strong, the longer I'd be able to continue working and living a decent life. And I really appreciate the fact that because of my scleroderma, they have come to support me and been a part of Scleroderma. It's just been so wonderful for me to have them behind me and supporting me.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate it. Scleroderma.org for more information or to donate.